The New York Public Library offers more than 93,000 programs annually, serving everyone from toddlers to teens and seniors. But there's an upcoming class titled Protecting Your Privacy and Security, covering the best practices of keeping your information safe online and your computer virus-free. Here now to share a little bit more information is Stephen Deolus, who is the Cybersecurity Technology Education Coordinator at the New York Public Library Science, Industry, and Business Library. Steve, good to have you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Everybody struggles with this. I mean, the issue of identity theft and really guarding yourself. The frustration is that just when you think that you conquered one thing, you got something, you got to worry about something else. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's a great point because technology evolves so fast. Every day there's a new threat. There's things that you need to think about. So the best way to battle this is to keep yourself informed. And essentially that's what we're trying to do at the New York Public Library by offering these classes to make sure that patrons and New Yorkers in general understand what those threats are and ways that they could actually protect themselves.
So talk to us about what are some of the threats that are out there right now that people should know about.
Well, the easiest one is like phishing emails. So if you get an email saying, hey, can you send us your bank account number or your password or any personally identifiable information, it's probably going to be a virus or they're trying to steal your information. Another thing that people tend to not pay attention to is using a flash drive that, doesn't belong to you or logging into weird Wi-Fi networks or something like that. Those are easy ways to find yourself caught up with either getting a virus or having your information actually stolen.
And it can just happen just a matter of seconds.
It could happen in a matter of seconds, yeah.
And the recovery time on that, I mean, for the average person, when you go through something like this, sometimes, you're stuck for days, months, and sometimes even years trying to recover.
Yeah, depending on what is happening, whether if it's you have a virus on your computer or whether or not you had your information stolen, just like you said, it could take a really long time to recover from that.
Mm-hmm. Give me a little bit about the New York Public Library, because it's a great partnership to really partner with the public in this area. I mean, most of the time we think about books, but, this area of cybersecurity, very important.
Yeah. That's another great point. A lot of times when people come to the library, they don't realize that we actually offer technology classes. So they're very surprised to actually see that. And they're even more surprised when they find out that we're offering over 90 different topics. Anything from coding, we do 3D printing, we do business classes, coding, mentioned coding the classes and social media classes. So we have a variety of topics that people can attend to.
In this particular class, you talk about, security checkup and really getting yourself up and where you need to be. What is a security checkup? Because everybody needs to have one, right?
Yeah, so security checkup is essentially just running a program on your computer to make sure that nothing malicious was installed either years back or a couple of days ago that hasn't really been activated yet. So it's really important to make sure that you run those security checkups to make sure that your system's still safe.
Mm. And the library, we got to talk about the library because it's, it's the cornerstones of our community. But yet and still, libraries seem to have their challenges today. Give me a little bit about the library itself and really trying to preserve that great work that goes on there.
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that we're trying to make sure to do is keep up the library with the 21st century. So in addition to getting books, you could also take classes. We offer English classes, we offer business classes, we offer technology education classes. And so we want to make sure that we always stay modern and up to date in regards to what's happening out there in the world. So we try to advertise what's happening with those classes. We try to make sure that we get funding to keep the libraries up to date and to make sure that those services are offered as much as possible.
And we're talking now about protecting, our identity, protecting cybersecurity. These cybersecurity classes are actually going to be available at the New York Public Library, telling the public come on out and take part. Of course, they're free, right?
Oh yeah, they're 100% free. You just have to show up and you can just take the class.
Yeah. How long is the class?
The class is about 2 hours long. Usually there's the first hour we do a lot of instruction, explaining things to patrons, and then we also go into like a lot of practice. So on our website, nypl.org/computers, there's a self-assessment quiz where you could actually take the information that you learned in the class. And so like one of the examples is you'll get a fake email and it'll say, hey, can you point out all the strange things in this email that might be a phishing attempt? And depending on where you click in the email, it'll essentially tell you if you are right or wrong based on the information that you learned in the class.
Yes. Do you find that things are getting worse?
I would say as technology keeps on evolving, things are getting worse, just in the sense that people are having a hard time keeping up to date with what the newest thing is. But like I said, coming to classes like this, reading about things in the news is the best way to combat against it.
Yes, Steve, we'll make sure people take advantage of these classes at the New York Public Library. Once again, you want to emphasize they are
Free. Yeah.
There you go. Stephen, thanks so much for
Thank
coming
you.
to share with us. All right, now listen, the Protecting Your Privacy and Security class will be taking place today, that's May 15th, at 3:15 at the Science, Industry, and Business Library, located at 188 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10016. And for more information, you can visit nypl.org/computers, and you can get all the information that you need to know. Want to make sure that everybody's connected, especially during a time like this, where, as we said, people are out there, and it's important that you stay secure. So stay tuned. We got more show coming up. We'll be right back in a few.